improving your run game against a stout run defense?
Yeah, they are physical and fast, and we're going to have to do a great job. My dad told me that you block with your feet, not with your hands. So I told our guys that, and we've got to do a good job of covering them up. We can't be late with our feet. At times we're on blocks and then we get beat outside or beat up and under, and we have to do a great job of positioning and get the play started. And then the backs have to do a great job of really pressing the holes and then reading off of it. So I think it's just a matter of really working hard on the fundamentals with good technique, and then continuing to change it up on them. They've got a very stout run defense. That's been evident watching their games.
Hey, Dan, you've talked about this before. How mindful are you as a coach of the freshmen, particularly the true freshmen, moving into this time of year, moving into the late part of the schedule when it gets really to be kind of a grind?
Yeah, I think there's always, some of these guys haven't gone that long in a training camp, and then the season wears on. I think it's really important that they continue to take care of themselves and rehab, and then really get their focus back and make sure that week to week it's the same as it was at the beginning of the year. That's a big part of it. And then continue to not overload. And we're at a point in the season where throughout a lot of different games we've been able to do some different things, and we've had to tweak game plans. So just making sure that they are up to speed if they haven't played much, make sure they're sharp in their assignments and they're focused. And as the season wears on, that's more and more important, especially for the young guys.
You guys were really good in the run game versus Wisconsin. I mean, not that long ago. That first half was you got 100 against a good run defense. What's kind of happened since then?
I think it's I just don't think we finished very well. I think we have not always been technique sound. I think we've gotten beat on some one-on-ones. I don't think we've always been great with some of the reads in the backfield. I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I don't think you can just pin it on one guy or one group. I think it's sometimes it's the line, and the tight ends and the backs are part of that run blocking unit. And I think we faced some good teams, and we have to find a way against those good run defenses to find some holes. It's important to us. You don't want to get behind and become just one-dimensional, and we don't want to get falling behind early and get in that kind of game. But we have to be able to sustain drives, and running's a big part of that. So I think it's finding different ways, whether it's running inside or outside or strong or weak. You got to mix it up that way and see if we can't get some things to look better.
Why have you guys struggled in the red zone?
I think it's another culmination of things. We didn't run very well last week when we got down there. We dropped the pass. We got hurried on one. It's a lot of different things. I think it's just really simple execution and not having or going back to things we've been good at and making sure that we can execute those things. I just think of that one drive we had we're down there tight. We're second and goal on the 5, and we lose 3 yards on a run. The things like that we can't have those negative gains. We've got to get positive yards, especially running, and then we've got to make some plays. We've got to make some throws and catches, and especially when we get down there when it's going to be a touchdown.
Tanner is about 60% until he gets to the red zone, and he's been 40% red zone this season. As you analyze that, you think there's any sort of connective tissue to why that's been a struggle?
I think there's been some throws we've missed. I think that we've dropped some balls too. I think that we were a little long on one that we had open, and I think I know of one that was in a guy's chest. So I think some of those windows get tighter, and the plays happen quicker. You don't have as much space, and you've got to really be on your toes and on time. That's a big part of it. But I think it's an all-around execution of the group. I don't think it's just one particular guy. I think it's the mindset that's got to be a touchdown when we get down there.
Do you have like a goal in mind of completion rate down in the red zone?
Yeah,
You like?
yeah, all of them. I mean, that's, I don't think that you can be unrealistic, but I think that you're going to have some completion throws and you're going to have some touchdown shots, and you're going to have a mixture of those two. Sometimes coverage dictates a little bit about where you're going, but I think having the ability to push the ball into the end zone or check it down and catch and run underneath, and we've had some opportunities. I think we've probably tried to force a few throws here and there that we might have had a lot more success with the catch and run. So I think it's a situation where you try to get enough work at it. Those are plays that don't always come up, in the course of the games. Depends on how many times you've gotten down in there. So I think it's really important to have that package tight and one that you can execute and be able to make those plays in the big moments.
Obviously, your running backs had about a third of the catches in that game. Is that about where you wanted?
I think yes and no. I think that sometimes the coverage will dictate that, and finding those check down throws was great in the game. They were big plays for us in the course of the game. They were big in the 2-minute drive. We featured really through the bye week. We wanted to target the tight end more and got that done. I think we've had a better emphasis of checking the ball down and just having a more comfort level in the play and being able to find that guy. I think that was a big part of what Tanner did, is knowing, okay, I don't have to just chuck this ball down the field. I can check it down and get a great gain, and he did that well in the game to a lot of different receivers and especially to the backs.
Can those check downs give you sort of what a run game will give you if the run game's not working?
Yeah, I think I think you want to be able to stretch them horizontally and vertically too. I don't think it's a replacement for it, but I do think you can get the ball in those guys' hands, and some of the plays are kind of long handoffs in some situations, but it's not meant to be a replacement by any means. It's just another way to attack them, and if they're taking it away downfield, I think getting the ball out of his hands quickly and into a guy that can catch and run and make some yards is a good play.
With the difference in Tanner's numbers from when the turnover streak kind of ran season, is it a big margin or a drastic change, or is it a smaller window of what he's doing differently to take care of the ball?
Oh, I think not forcing balls and not trying to do too much and taking what the defense has given him. I think that it's a combination of not trying to do too much and then knowing where that check down is and getting to him. I think that's helped his completion percentage, and it's certainly helped the turnover number for sure.
How impressed have you been with his mental toughness to come back from what it was in Rutgers and the booing and all that to do what he's done the last 3 years?
Yeah, I think it's a real credit to his both mental and physical toughness. He's gotten banged around. He had, I think we gave up 8 or 9 hits in the game along with the sacks. So he bounces right back and is not phased. And I think that's a credit to how tough he is, physically. And I think just continuing to play even when things haven't been great. Mentally he's been sharp and focused and continued to work through stuff, and he's played better and better.
Was there 1 or 2 throws in that game Saturday where you're up in the box like that's a dynamite throw?
His third and 14, 15-yard completion to JD was outstanding. The dynamite throw, I thought too, was to Hop. He got the face mask and he just stood in there and kind of got his focus back and drilled one in there. I thought he made some big time throws in that game. The touchdown throw at the end was a great one. He had to hold a middle linebacker and drive a post and did that. I thought he really made some great ones.
Understanding, Danny, that there's injuries up front, did you expect that line to be further along?
In some ways, yes. And the guys are working hard. I don't think we've played our best game yet by far, but we've had to move a guy here and there, but it's not been. Everybody's going to have bumps and bruises, especially at this time of the year. So we have to. We're not signing anybody off the streets, and we got to get the guys ready to play and play their best. So it's hopefully we can play better as a group and as a whole offense too.
Danny, with the success that you had in that final drive against Purdue, is there some sort of temptation to just say, let's do that throughout the game more frequently with the tempo and the boundary passes you had?
Yeah, and I think I think you're getting. We had them on their toes a little bit, and I think there's some of that, but I think it was an all-pass drive, and we want the balance, and so I think you can go a little bit overboard with it, but I do think we executed well. I think we have worked on 2-minute situation a ton, and it showed. I think we executed as about as well on that drive as we have all year. So there's definitely you kind of go, that's pretty good, but we need the balance at the same time. All right, thanks.